minute by minute with the mayor of Moose Jaw. Your worship, it's hard to believe, we were just talking about it, this is number 30, and this is going to be our last one. It's hard not to get sentimental, eh?
It is. I kind of want to break into tears and give you a big hug or something like that.
The feeling's mutual. I guess if you could try and sum up your 3 years in office in one go, that might be the hardest question I've ever asked you.
You know, probably is.
If I know you the way I think I know you, it's going to start with the two most important words in the English language.
Well, and we all know those words are thank you. Yep. You know, it's if you sum it up, you have to say it's an honor. Through my political career, it's been a special privilege to always represent Moose Jaw, whether it's provincially or here. And in some ways, in a lot of ways, the perfect way to wrap up a political career is to serve as mayor of this great city. And a lot of neat things have happened over the last 3 years that leave me feeling comfortable to move on, that Moose Jaw, I think, is in a good space. And we've made some changes that I think in the way that we operate and plan that I think will help the next council and the councils after that to do things in a more planned kind of way, to make sure that as this city grows, that we don't lose those characteristics about it that we love and cherish and make it so special for us.
That was almost a perfect tie-in to my next question. Is do you feel confident leaving City Council and knowing that the city will move forward?
Oh, absolutely. And the reason I say that, you know, if people wonder why is it that we went years, if not decades, without virtually any change in population, that we didn't grow, the honest answer is because Moose Jaw really didn't plan to do that. And I know my wife and I, Karen, and I came in '73. We didn't have kids yet then, because we thought this was going to be a great place to raise a family, and it was. And over the years, I've heard that people say that thousands of times, great place to raise a family, but so often they'd go on to say, but we wish that our kids could grow up, get their educations, and make their futures here. And I think we're starting to move in that direction, and the reason is because we've now finally started to plan for the future and to plan for growth, and to do it in a way that preserves the values that we cherish. And that, I think, is the biggest legacy that this council can pass on to the next and the ones that succeed, because it means that when councillors are elected, the mayor is elected, one of the first things that they'll do is sit down and do some long-term planning together, and that will become their guideline to be the measuring point by which they will weigh a whole lot of individual decisions as the years unfold.
It might be a great opportunity for you, because this is going to be a first time in a long time where you just get to watch. And I know you the way I do know you. You're interested in politics just as the game, right?
Well, I don't know if it's a game, although there's certainly a strategy to it and those sorts of things that would have a sports analogy to them. There's no doubt about that. To me, the most important thing about politics is that really, politics is all about shaping the future in the place that we live. In this case, in Moose Jaw, previously for me in Saskatchewan, it can be Canadian, it can be school board. And truth of the matter is that we're all political, whether we think we are or not, because we are born or we've moved to a system that gives us democracy, one of the greatest gifts that any people can have in their lifetime. And I think we all have the responsibility to use that tool to make our contribution, each in our own way, to make the place that we live a better place for our having been here. So I think that's really kind of what it's all about.
My last question before we say goodbye for the last time is you've got retirement coming up. 2 grandkids. Yeah. Any immediate plans?
Well, we've decided for sure we're going to grow old together in Moose Jaw, Karen and I. We just completed some home renovations to ensure that we will continue to be where we are right now. In the first few months, family clearly is the top priority. For a long time, one of the sacrifices that we've made is not having the time together we want with our own children, our grandchildren, and my younger brothers and sisters. I've got 5 younger brothers and sisters, 4 of whom have retired. My wife is retired, Karen is retired, and my dad has moved from the village that I grew up in, a rural village not far from Calgary, into Calgary to be with some, closer to some of my brothers and sisters there. And we just want to spend more time with the ones we love the most. That's the top priority for the first while, and then we'll kind of have a change of pace, I think, a little bit, and we'll take it from there.
That makes a lot of sense. Your Worship, it's been an honor doing these with you, and best of luck with your future. I know we haven't heard the last of you.
Oh, well, it's been a real pleasure for me to have these conversations, and good luck to you guys in what you do in bringing the day-to-day stuff that matters most to people in Moose Jaw to the people of Moose Jaw. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.